actually be able to like hit some creeps and scale to some capacity. And Leshrac is certainly a hero that can do that for you, as they're going to be able to run down BoBoKa.
He's having a great early game. I mean, you can't really ask for much more. He took the flex pick, gave him the last pick, so traditionally in those situations, you just want that lane to draw. And I mean, they won it. And now he's just cruising around the map, crushing towers with an edict. This is mega value for them. He's just going to build some utility, mech, Greaves, pipe, whatever he wants to build, and then you don't need this Lesh to have crazy spell impact in the fights. His impact is already kind of done.
I think this is still the case. When you take the off-lane tower first, it's the highest win percentage of all the tier 1 towers to be taken first.
I feel like that says more about the states of games that let you do that.
Yeah.
Than that tower actually being that valuable. I mean, you're already chasing him behind the gate.
I mean, in this situation, taking that tower is going to allow them to be able to take the Wisdom Rune away from G2.IG. But the fight, see if it actually goes against them. Maybe it wasn't worth the Wisdom Rune if their mid laner and their support both die here. BoBoKa is going to stay one step ahead of Malrine, and yeah, they'll clean up both those kills. So in the end, not the worst for G2.IG.
Yeah, I think that was worth more than the rune, to be honest. They got a huge DK kill. He TP'd, so he's going to have to walk out from base. You got the earn charges for the Coddle. That did a lot for NTS here. And Monet is chilling up here. As much as we've said AMMAR is on his own, Monet has done a decent job controlling his HP, not getting dove, not presenting a situation where some support flank can come through on the portal. He's just playing it real safe and getting some XP. Again, he's pretty much been left alone here. I mean, the downside of this ET pick can't really do much for him. These are 2 fast blinks, right? This could have been the Midas DK. We haven't seen a lot of Midas. It could have just been some more farming on it, but they want to take the aggression of G2.IG here, try and punish the Coddle on his own turf.
Try and make sure the Arc Warden doesn't get much room to breathe, and that starts with picking off whatever heroes are in this mid area. In this case, it's the Lion. Now looking around for more.
And they'll finally get that tier 1 down, so that's the 3rd tier 1 down by 50 minutes here. Generally a pretty good sign versus heroes like Arc Warden who want to use the map. Even Skiter getting aggressive.
Skiter taking the opportunity to take that triangle, see if there's any stacks or anything.
What other support's going to give you 1.2k building damage by 15 minutes?
Jig hero.
What other support is going to give you that kind of building damage? There is one more, actually.
Chen?
Okay, yeah. But what other?
Enchantress?
No, Enchantress doesn't do that much building damage.
Hey, if you get the skeletons.
That's true, if you have the rally going.
Yeah.
I was thinking
confidence that an Aegis gives you.
Yeah, they're going to force
Stampede going for it. Monet, Gleipnir onto 2, stopping on the end. Ooh, the Impale doesn't quite hit the Dark Hunter, though. They blow up the Dragon Knight immediately. AMMAR does manage to get a 2-man stomp in, while Skiter lays into JT. Can't finish him off, though. JT gets away with the Timber Chain and claims the Aegis. Now, second life on Skiter, while Crit is being run down on the left-hand side. Skiter's going to be slowed down. There's no way out of this one. No. Again, no BKBs. You chose to actively take this fight into G2.IG.
They got him.
Bad decision for Falcons.
I mean, ATF scratched his head on that one. I just disagree with this dive, right? From a fundamentals perspective, you're giving G2.IG the fight they want, which is you're like 1,000 off 2 of your BKBs.
Yep.
And you're diving into the Elder Titan. Just a beautiful stop Earth Splitter here that sets up everything from xNova. I thought BoBoKa was going to get a triple impale too. I think he.
Oh yeah, I thought so too.
I think it might have been a slight misclick or something, but it still gets the job done, right?
Yep.
And now all of a sudden you have the Shroud on the Timber. This is almost a game of who gets the magic resistance first and can use it better. I think that was a big misstep from Falcons. Just
like I think there's the situation where that initiation works and it's them jumping Monet first.
Okay, yeah. If you land
to get that initiation, it's fine.
If you land Dragon Tail or Hoof Stomp on Monet and he's facing you, he can't get forced out. Okay, you can commit there, right? Maybe.
Yeah.
And you can use the Aegis to wear out some of the spells, but
I think the other situation would have been fine is that they just use the Aegis to, like put Skiter in the front, have him hit the tower.
Sure. Yeah.
Right? And force G2.IG to like go into you.
Oh yeah, it's not nearly as good for them. I mean, you were just giving Elder Titan the fight of his life right there.
Yeah.
And then Crit was in a 1v1 versus
enough about cat ear players to discredit
I thought that was your specialty.
No. Not my thing.
What were you watching on your phone earlier?
I knew you were gonna do that.
That was okay. Well, I mean, we don't have to talk about that if you don't want to. Arcane Rune.
Arcane Rune. That is perfect for nothing to say.
Yeah, he's happy to clean that up.
Might trade out supports here, but they are gonna get stuck.
That's damage.
Nothing to say. Can go for another round here.
Yeah, he's gonna get him.
He's not moving. Oh, Malrain's gonna try and jump him though. He's got Skiter, who looped around from behind. Caught nothing to say.
Nice find from Falcons there. Big coddle to clean up. He was getting out of control in this game with his Dagon, man. And that's going to be the name of the game now. Things have evened out. G2.IG with a slight lead. It's just going to be about who gets the initiation. Can Falcons find the coddle and the Arc Ward on the back line? Or does this Timber create enough of a bulwark? And on the flip side, can BoBoKa continue to find the initiation? If you can start these fights with Hex Impale on a good core target, again, you have to think about which direction they're facing so the save 4-staffs can't come out. But if you get them in a good spot, then you just commit the burst on him. And then you don't care about the BKB. You don't care about Stampede because the guy ain't moving and he's dead. And you're happy.
What do you think about this build-up from JT? He's thinking about Aghanim Scepter next, which...
He's the front line. You got front line.
Yeah, he is the front line, but I feel like there are other items that are actually better for front lining that help your team more.
Okay, well tell me.
Like Shiva's.
Shiva's got nerfed.
Yeah,
I
mean, it's still probably better than Aghanim Scepter and Timbersaw.
I mean,
the problem. The whole point is he's trying to draw attention onto himself.
There's no dispel.
Good enough.
That was a good find if you can get it.
Perfect if they can kill him here. Telekinesis toss him back, and yeah, they've got him dead to rights. No way out of that one. Skiter straight to the high ground.
Another just kind of awkward positioning. Now you gotta know Falcons are gonna start pushing with this Aegis. And you just gave him a big freebie that lets them open up this high ground.
Yeah, if he's going to be there, like, where's the supports with 4-staffs surrounding him, or where's the Timbersaw to front line for him?
Or you put a blaster and you get the hell out.
Yeah.
Because you have to predict that they're going to be looking for this thing. Well, they'll throw some damage back into Skiter here, dissuade the high ground.
He does have that Aghanim Scepter, so they're not going to touch him.
Satanic finish, though, so if you want to force it, I mean, this is your big gyro timing.
30 seconds left until the coddle's back up, but Falcons have called it quits. Malrain wants to deal with the top lane. Big Wave is pushing in there. Skiter back up to the triangle, farm that.
And his clone continues to make the map
I mean, 2 cores showing on the 2 side lanes here. You have to know that G2.IG, they wanted to go in. I think AMMAR made the call for Malrain to jump, nothing to say, but it's a little bit too late to get that. Instead, they get xNova. Now the buyback comes out and they have to retreat, but they might just get cut down. Malrain gonna be saved. Had to use his BKB though.
If there was an ET Spirit on him there, he's gone.
Yeah.
So they do get the buyback out of xNova, but again, the poke damage is, it's significant. It's very significant. It's enough to force these early BKBs out, and then that dissuades the fight. And then you're stuck in Monet land, where the clones will go to work. I feel like this is where Monet thrives.
Just hit his level 20 talent, so magnetic field is like constantly up, which is a huge problem for Gyrocopter. Not just on that hero, but any other hero with the flat cannon shots and stuff. He can actually like defend his backline.
I wonder if you get the shard at some point too. I still think people underrate this. I'm not saying you should buy it on carry Arc Ward, but it gives a decent amount of survivability. In a game like this, extra magic resist on a jump target.
Sure.
Now you jump that ET on the Dragon Knight, you bubble and he gets 40% magic resist. That's not insignificant for 1,400 gold. Or even if you just get it for free at some point off the Tormentor because your team buys all the other ones. Could be interesting this game. Because they don't really have a pipe buy or anything. And again, I think any way you can up the magic resistance here is going to be nice. You're playing against the Shiva Centaur, the Rubik Lesh. These 3 heroes are not really dealing anything in the fight outside of just throwing nukes on you.
Both teams playing this corner of the mat. Crit is going to be late to this engagement. The initiation almost caught, and it is not quite enough. They're not going to be able to bring down AMMAR. JT, meanwhile, with his Aghanim Scepter, taking up any kind of damage, no problem.
They got the
back
BKBs.
away from these BKBs that have gone out from Falcons. This is a great position for G2.IG, even if they didn't get that kill on AMMAR.
That was a very fast blink by JT. Just reset that entire go.
Yeah.
And the clone will force these barracks to a point where they have to respond, and that's going to create space for this Roshan threat. Again, I think this is the hardest fight of the game for Falcons. Going into a defensive position where G2.IG can set up around a dire Roshan pit with buyback threat on the outpost as well. Just a nightmare to push into the arc ward here. You're never going to find Monet. I don't know how you find him at this point.
That building damage is pretty funny. It's basically Timbersaw took one tower, is that what it was? And then every other tower, every other bit of building damage has been Monet.
He's been cloning it up for sure. Octarine done, so he's going to buy out. Says, I do not need buyback. The Roshan's going to go to Radiant side anyway, so the buyback isn't as useful. This does have bots, but it's not always reliable. I mean, he is just a beast right now. What do you do against this? It's time to spray and pray your Skeeter. Did get plus 50 damage off the Ancient Guardians.
I do have to wonder if he's thinking about that Swift Blank or something, you know? Like, if AMMAR hits a stomp, you got to get in there and get in there fast and start doing the damage.
That's what I think. I think you need it at some point in this game. The Gyro just can't play these matchups. Like you said, you're going to go stun this Arc Warden. You're going to scream on your comms, I got him, guys, I got him. And then you're going to watch your Gyro walk at like 350 MS, 1,000 units to try and hit him. It's just too slow.
And maybe he has to preemptively pop BKB while he's doing it, because
Stampede to try and
BKB
on the
get the stun onto BoBoKa. That is an important kill, because that is what very often has been leading to these pickoffs on Skeeter. Now they're going to go back, deal with the Monet clone.
Oh, that's
JT right in the middle of all these heroes with the splitter going off. He's going to try and chase down some of these, but AMMAR has his BKB. He's going to be good. Skeeter leading his damage back in his gyrocopter. Who the hell cares? Sneiking still stuck up on the high ground. Nothing to say. Gets away from Malrine. JT once again just trying to draw attention onto himself, giving room for Monet and Nothing to Say down on low ground here to keep playing. Catch him midway through the Timberjane, toss him back down, but again, only down to half HP. They are running out of gas on the side of Falcons, and now the return fire from Nothing to Say, and Monet will bring down AMMAR.
Up on the Gyro, you ain't going
get
anywhere.
Away. They're all going to fall one by one at this rate. Sneiking still stuck on the high ground, will die on that high ground.
Mercy. They could have left him up there. They will show some mercy at the end of that fight, as JT is just way too tanky, man. So much damage. That's a nice stomp. Too deep.
Don't really need to do much with it. Just let the clone do all the work. Trying to jump on a Skeeter here. Lotus Orb, put it onto him though. It's so easy for G2.IG to just be able to reset here. It seems like AMMAR and Malrine can't really get around the Timbersaw.
You gotta be careful of these stomps. If it lands on 2 or 3, you could easily come in with the Lion Impale, just burst a target.
Look at the
half
health
man.
already. He can't even say he asked for BKB.
God damn.
And AMMAR's already made his jump in, but Skeeter's out of the fight.
Yo, the split Earth though.
So now AMMAR is maybe going to be in some trouble. Had to pop his own BKB, so double BKBs on cooldown.
Snow Globe. Can do nothing.
I mean, is it even possible for them to take a fight without BKBs on 2 of their cores? They're going to try. Monet actually pretty far forward there. Even got slowed down. The smoke on the side. There goes the Stampede. They're going to jump into the back line. This is an opportunity. They got the clone and the hero both dead to rights. They finish him off. Now they're going to have to try and take the rest of this fight without their Kato, who's going to be coming back in a bit with that buyback coming in. Meanwhile, Monet with his fresh BKB is making a run for it. Malrine, he doesn't have the Aghanim Scepter. He's going to have to blink his way back in. Hit the Dragon Tail stun with a follow-up rocket. Chain stunning onto Monet. The Leshrac is committing into it. The Leshrac is killing him, Avery.
What? What is Sneiking doing right now?
I don't know, but
owning
GT
this
is
fight.
deep inside the enemy base right
got a
now.
buyback.
Double chakrams being thrown around, a triple chakram from Crit being added to the mix. BoBoKa trying to stop Maureen. Big burst damage, NothingToSay, not quite enough to finish him off. Manta goes off, turns around, trying to finish off the Timber. So now with a shot to the flat cannon, that's not good enough either. Skater, man fighting up against a clone. It's not even the real thing. Satanic filling him up a little bit. He's getting close, he dies. A dive back from him, a jump forward from Sneiking. All of these low heroes on G2.IG, but not one of them will die. They've run out of power. They are all done. It's only Maureen and Crit left against the 5 of G2.IG. We'll get a quick jump back to base and a recall in from NothingToSay, and even JT will come back full HP.
That was almost thrown. They got buybacks out of the Coddle and the Arc Warden there off a beautiful hook stomp from ATF. I don't think they had any business making that fight as close as they did, but somehow they pulled it out. The Lesh got a lot of work done, but still the overwhelming economy here from G2.IG just forcing the issue in. They should be able to close it out here with a couple more jumps, as the Spirit will make quick work of these heroes. There's a Bloodthorn on Maureen, but I think you're getting Megas here, and surely G2.IG try and close it out.
Yeah, no reason to back off with another 60 seconds left on Skiter. Now that they've gotten the Megas, they'll take the tier 4s.
ATF back in, finds Monet.
Does find him, but do they have the damage to kill him? Force Staff gets him away, and they have to retreat back to the fountain again. Jeez, Crit. So much damage from just one of those blasts with a solar bind on him. No more dragon form, so all melee Dragonite.
Tried his best.
He did 100 damage to Monet and took 3,000 damage in return.
Yeah, Monet wants out of this game. He says, I've done enough farming for one day.
JT once inside of the enemy fountain with